Hi, my name is Linda Payton, and I am going to share a little bit about something new I am doing professionally. Being an herbalist who's working with mostly low nickel herbs. I'd like to share a little bit about how I got to where I am and what I will be doing as a herbalist. When I first started studying herbalism, I actually just wanted to be a family herbalist. I wanted to learn about how to flavor food, make my own spice blends, how to make my own teas and infusions, and I also had some allergies. One of these is a nickel allergy, but there are also some food allergies. And so I thought if a little bit of a substance or food could make me feel sick and bad, maybe a small amount of a substance or food can make me feel fabulous. And so I've been studying hundreds of different herbs. What I've learned about herbs and plants as I've studied them is that those that are used as herbs or spices or foods all tend to have a component of something that they encourage and a component of something that they discourage. So I'm going to use garlic as an example. Garlic helps encourage the growth of good bacteria in the microbiome in the gut. It contains prebiotic fibers that has food for these good microorganisms. But it also contains constituents and components that help slow the growth of what might be considered a bad or a more infectious strain of bacteria. Now, when it comes to finding herbs and sourcing herbs that are low nickel, this is where it can get a little complicated because it depends on the soil the herb was grown in, what the herb and plant is, how long it's grown in the soil, when it was harvested, how it was harvested, and whether nickel tools were used in the preparation of the herb. So whether or not an herb is low nickel can actually be highly variable. As a herbalist, I'll be doing a detailed intake of my client's lifestyle and their body systems, their organs, and their cells. What I'm interested in determining is what the current functioning is of their body, their systems, and their cells. And if there are imbalances such as temperature or moisture or constriction, is something too tense or too relaxed. So I'm going to give an extreme example of how herbs might impact something like temperature. You could think of spicy hot wings or a hot salsa or mustard. These are all hot herbs. If they're too hot, they could actually burn tissue. But a little bit of them actually can increase circulation. It might cause some sweating, it might cause increased heart rate, it causes that overall increase in temperature. So I'll be evaluating where a person's body is at and matching that to what herbs might bring the body into better balance. After making some herbal recommendations, and if someone is making their own formulas, whether that be ingesting or topically, I'll provide instructions on how to make the tea, infusion, vinegar, or oil. I don't plan on working a lot with alcohol tinctures at this time. And because my primary experience following the low nickel diet is with low nickel herbs, I plan to stick to using and recommending mostly low nickel herbs, whether someone is following the low nickel diet or not. I only want to recommend herbs that I have some form of experience with. Because each herb and each person is unique and the interactions between herbs and people can be very unique, I will offer follow-up appointments to see how the use of herbs went. If you are interested in knowing more about which state I am accepting clients in as a herbalist, please reach out with the information that I have below. I look forward to my work with low nickel herbs.